Welcome to Christ Center Gamer's video game review of The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Skyrim takes place 200 years after Oblivion, and dragons have started appearing, and you are what's called a Dragonborn. And that means that you have the ability, when you defeat a dragon, you will consume its soul, and you can learn the dragon language really fast. And the languages give you powers called shouts, and there's different kinds. You can use them to hurt the dragons, hurt humans, use it in war however you see fit. And the shouts don't cost anything to use. The only thing is they have like a recharge rate, so after you use a shout you might have to wait about 30 seconds or so before you can shout again. So I am just kind of looking in this mountain here, trying to find out where this dragon's lair is. I think I found it. So besides the shouts, you have magic, you have swords, all the same classes and abilities. Races are back from the previous Elder Scroll games. I've played Morrowind, Oblivion, enjoyed them immensely. And this game is no different. You got magic. As you can see, my hand is on fire there. And I have a sword. You can dual wield. You can use shields. You can make your own alchemy. You can make your own armor, and you do smith your own weapons. Let's see. I just like to save before going into battle here. The menu system is a little clunky. It's not, it's definitely a port from console. PC seems like an afterthought here. It's actually really slow with my video recording stuff here, so I'm just gonna save. There we go. Can't tell you how many times I've clicked and heard the same dialogue over and over again. Alright. Oh, looks like I found a dragon. Oh, missed. This one isn't named, so he's not an important one, I guess, but there's a shout. That should bring him to the ground for me, where I can use my sword. Now, it's funny because there's my companion, Lydia. Her and I can take down dragons, no problem. Actually, I'm gonna charge my weapon with this. I enchanted my weapon. I'm gonna charge it with a soul gem to give it a frost. That'll hurt the dragon even more. I missed. He's barely hurting me, but the funny thing is the balance is so bad in this game where, you know, we can take down dragons, no problem. I won't have to heal or anything. But a snow troll or two, I'll have to run for cover. Even like the undead wizards will make me feel some pain. As you can see, this game is very gory. You can see blood on the dragon, my sword. Nice slow motion. That's all carried over from Fallout. Music, as you can, is cool. There are some remnants of Morrowind, Oblivion. You'll see some familiar tunes there. Let's see. I just absorbed the dragon's soul. And those, though, I can use those souls to unlock words of power. And there should be another word of power for me to learn here, along with a nice treasure chest. Yep, there's a word of power. Air Elemental Fury. So now if I go to my menu, if I go to my shouts, oh, there we go, Elemental Fury, unlock. There we go, so I got myself a new power. Let's see. That's cool. Oh, I'm a little overweight here. She's my mule. Not only does she protect me, but she carries whatever I don't feel like carrying. Let me see. I could make her... I could give her that. Interesting. And if I give her something that's nicer than what she's wearing, she'll equip it. It doesn't bother me because I have the best and she gets my second best. So, there's lots to do in this game, lots to explore. There's the storyline quest, which has you defeat the Dragon Lord Alduin. That quest alone would probably take about 20 hours maybe to beat. There's side quests, and then there's miscellaneous quests. Side quests kind of get their own little subheading in the quests. And, you know, by doing the miscellaneous quests, side quests, you can easily put in, you know, like 80 hours plus into this game. And I've put about 50 in, beating the main thing. And I just want to, I guess, I'll try to do the Azura Star quest. And a lot of the things, Azura Star is a remnant from the Oblivion games and whatnot. So there's a lot of carryover. The lore and everything fills in. There's like books that you can read to learn powers, but there's books that will fill you in on the history of like what happened in the 200 years since Oblivion. So very, very thorough. I mean, with the dragon language and words, and I mean, a lot of time and effort went in this game, and you can tell. Now, the graphics I'm not that impressed with. I mean, it's tweaked Oblivion engine, but this game is like a good merger between Oblivion and Fallout. Even like with the interface, you know, developing you kind of like have perks, which is how Fallout works. So that's kind of here how you can do it. I mean, you can totally customize your character. You can do whatever you want. You know, change your appearance. I don't know if I can really zoom into me, but I got some ebony armor. I got a magical mask on. Going down the mountain, I seem to have lost my my companion, which is funny. But well, next time I go into a building, and she'll be there with me again. So the AI is really good, reliable. But not to say they do have some quirks. Sometimes they don't find the same paths I do, or they have a lot more restrictions. But overall, very nice to have. Funny discussions that they have too. They'll talk amongst themselves. The dragons, I mean, have their own mindset. They'll attack you at whim. So a lot you can do. You can harvest your own stuff, make your own armor, cook your own food. It looks like she found me. Mud crab. Again, a lot of same enemies from the previous games. So mud crabs are quite familiar. Not very much of a challenge these days, but dragons are new, dragons are fun, but dragons are weak. Snow trolls, those are tough. Bears are pretty tough too. Alright, I gotta drop something. Or just eat something to learn. Oh, you can eat ingredients to learn what they do. Ugh. Yeah, you can eat. There's a lot of gross stuff. You can eat. You can eat ears, tongues. Ugh. There we go. Alright, hopefully I should. Looks like some of the stuff I ate wasn't too good for me. But anyways, at least now I can walk back now. But yeah, lots to do, lots to make. Pretty world, very, very nicely designed world here. Music is good, it's very pleasant, you know, it definitely adds to the experience. I like the boss music. The chanting and stuff I'm not fond of by itself, but like in battle and stuff, it's fitting. So, you know, a lot of things are very well done in this game. The story is great. You can marry in this game, which you couldn't do in some of the others. Now you can marry your same race. You can marry different races. You can even marry the opposite gender if you want. Not too fond of that option, but it's there. Fortunately, I mean, there are no love scenes or kissing or, you know, anything like that. When you marry, your spouse can cook you a meal. They can open up a store and you can like sell stuff to them and buy stuff after hours, because normal business hours when at the markets there's 8 to 8, and so it's nice to, you know, stumble into your house at 3 in the morning and wake up your spouse and sell some stuff that you want to sell. So it's kind of nice. They will, you know, say yes, dear, and you know they'll cook your food. Um, they can fight with you, so if you kill your companion, you can bring your spouse along. I'm not sure what happens if you kill your spouse, but oh, the bard. It's cool. Yeah, they'll actually sing if I want. Um, yeah, voice acting is really good. That's the guy that does this voice, is the same guy that does my husband in the game. So you'll hear a lot of the same voices, but very good though, very refreshing. Discussions can be kind of funny at times, but I mean, very nice adventure. Uh, Very violent. Lots of magic use. If you don't use magic, it'll be used on you. I hope you found this video game review helpful.